Next, we got Modern Warfare 2. I have a very love-hate relationship with Modern Warfare 2, even though I have, I don't know, 40 days played, I think it is. And that's just multiplayer. I think I have like 43 in everything combined, I mean. And that's pretty insane considering I beat campaign like 15 times. But yeah, I have a love-hate relationship with that one. I feel I get really frustrated over it sometimes because of stuff that could have been fixed that just wasn't, like the grenade launcher and what else? Danger clothes and RPGs and explosives in general, basically is what I'm trying to say. But even though it's flawed, it's really fun. I think so. I think all the weapons are pretty balanced because they're all so overpowered, it makes them balanced. It's kind of a cool approach. But yeah, I only played Search and Destroy. That's probably why I didn't encounter a lot of the main complaints people had with it. But yeah. Number... I don't even know what number I'm on anymore. Twilight Princess for the Wii. I never had the GameCube one. I'm sure it's just as good. But it was just that first game I got with the Wii, and it just like blew me away when I first got it. I was in shock by how like awesome it was to like actually swing your sword as opposed to hitting a button. If they made more awesome Wii games like that, I would have been really happy, but you know, we just got like dart throwing minigame collections, or I don't even know what they released for the Wii these days. But yeah, if they made more like action awesome games like that, I would have been really happy. I mean, there is Skyward Sword, and then there's Metroid Prime 3, but I always think that Twilight Princess is the one that kicked it all off, and so far it's been my favorite. Next, we got Super Smash Bros. Melee. I really love this game a lot. It was one of the only things I ever played on my GameCube besides like Kirby Air Ride, as I mentioned before. But yeah, this is what me and my friends, when I was like approximately 8 or 9 years old, used to play this all the time. We would just go over to each other's houses and just battle it out. It was like before the days of online, obviously, so you actually had to walk to your friend's house to play online. Or no, not play online, play multiplayer, I mean. It was freaking awesome back in those days. And what makes it awesome for multiplayer, like, gaming is because I personally hate split screen. And fighting games, you don't have to have split screen because you can see both characters on the same screen, so that's why I really loved it as a fighting game. And it just had all my favorite Nintendo characters in it, which was really cool. And it actually introduced me to one of my, I'm not going to say one of my favorite, but a series I really like a lot, which is Fire Emblem. So, next is Final Fantasy XII. I know. A lot of people really don't like this game. But I think it was a really nice change of pace. Most of the other Final Fantasy like narratives are really melodramatic, and the voice acting isn't exactly endearing. Like it's all like, I don't even know how to explain it. Some of it's just bad and some of it's cheesy, but this one they hired like theater actors to do the voice acting, and I really liked it like that. Even though the characters in the game didn't have much personality, I really liked the story because it focused on like relations between countries as opposed to character development and stuff. I like that more. Maybe I'm the only one, but and it was styled more like a Western RPG where there was like a lot of stuff to do and you could move around. You could go around a big world map kind of. I really like that. And then I liked how you didn't have to go into a separate screen to go into battle like you do in the other ones. You could just kill enemies right in the field. Next, BioShock. This is probably, what is this? Maybe the third game from this generation that I have in here, and that says a lot because I really love BioShock. It's probably one of the best FPS games ever to be made. Maybe short of like Half-Life. I can't think of another one, but it's probably one of the best FPS games I've ever played. The story, in my opinion, is one of the best I've ever seen. The only thing I felt it was lacking in was enemy variety. Every enemy is just kind of like they're called splicers. They're pretty much zombies for the most part. Almost all of them. There weren't very many awesome boss fights, and I was expecting more out of that. But other than that, I really like Bioshock. Next is Super Mario World. This is another one I played the crap out of as a kid. I don't even know what to say about it. It's a series. It's probably one of the best games on the Super Nintendo. Probably one of the best games of all time, in my opinion. And there was just so much stuff to do in it. There was all kinds of secret areas, and then in the Game Boy version, the Game Boy Advance version that I played, there was like a whole secret, incredibly challenging world hidden in the, what's it called, a Star Road. Oh my god, I spent so many hours trying to do that as a kid. Beating that 100% complete was probably one of my biggest gaming achievements. Like, it was probably one of my first, like, really tough ones. And I thought that was really cool that there was all kinds of hidden stuff to do in that game. And I found out like 90% of it by myself, so I was even more proud of myself for that. Next, we have Ape Escape. It's kind of obscure, I'll admit. It came out pretty late in the PS1 cycle, if I remember right. It was like the first game to use the double analog controller. And this might be my first video game, if I remember right. I think I might have had a Mario game on the Game Boy before it, but it was one of my first games I ever had, and I play it all the time. I mean, I used to really suck at it, and now I can beat it in a weekend usually. I beat the whole game on like a Saturday, and on a Sunday I'll get the rest of the stuff and just beat the final boss. I can usually beat it in like a weekend now. It's a really fun like platformer game. Even though I've forgotten how weird the controls are. You like jump with the shoulder buttons. And you, I don't remember. But yeah, you jump with the shoulder button. It's just kind of sketchy now, but I had a lot of fun as a kid. And if you can get used to the controls, it's still a lot of fun today. Next, we have Shadow of the Colossus. This is a game I never played during its like original cycle. I didn't pick it up till it came out in HD along with Ico on the PS3. And I've got to say, it was one of the most like emotionally moving games I've ever played. I don't think people really look at it as that, but I really think it was like emotional to the max, because the story was so simplistic, yet it elicited such a moving response from me, I thought, because the Colossi are just chilling, doing their own thing for who knows how long they've been there, and to save your woman, that's what you have to do. There's a god guy and he says, kill all these colossi and I might bring your woman back to life. And you just do it. I didn't question it at first. I'm like, okay, it's a reasonable thing to do, right? And as I killed each colossus, I just felt worse and worse and worse. I'm like, should I really be killing these things? They aren't doing anything to anybody. I'm not going to spoil the ending for you. I thought that was emotional too. But anyway. Next is Castlevania Dawn of Sorrow. This is the first game I had for my DS. When I got it in like, I want to say 05, and I really love this. I love this kind of game. Same with the other Castlevanias, like Portrait of Ruin, Symphony of the Night. Those ones, I really love their style. You just walk around a castle and like defeat like tons of undead, and there's just awesome bosses, awesome music. There isn't a whole lot to say about it. It's pretty simple, but it's just so much fun just running around the castle, like killing everything with whatever weapons you can find. There's like handguns, maces, swords. What else is there? There's an RPG. There's like a teddy bear thing you can swing. They've got everything. It's just really fun. That's all I can say about it. The story kind of sucks.